Hi, I'm Ellen.
And I'm Tegan.
And we know we're a little bit late filming this, but this is our July TBR. We're a week into July, so we're including anything we started reading in the last week. So, littlest first. Tegan, what is the first book you plan to read in July?
You're shorter than me.
No, you're just sitting up.
The first book I plan to read is The Hidden Oracle, part of the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. This series follows on from the Heroes of Olympus series, where Apollo gets cast down to Earth as a mortal, and it's basically his trials, trying to get Zeus to reinstate him as a god.
Sounds cool. I'm hoping to get to them soon.
Once you finish Heroes of Olympus.
I know. I'm going to do that this summer. I just thought it was a bit ambitious to be included in July. The first thing I'm planning to read in July is I'm planning to finish The Royal Assassin. I've got less than 100 pages left of this, so I will probably finish it by tomorrow night. But I have been reading it over the past week, so it's included.
So my second book is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, the final book in the Hunger Games trilogy.
I only got them for Christmas. Why has she not read them yet?
I read the first one, read most of the second one. I had like 20 pages left, forgot about it, read the 20 pages 10 minutes ago, so I wouldn't have to put them in this pile.
My second book is going to be Words of Radiance Part 1 by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Stormlight Archive, which is part of the Cosmere universe. The first book of the series, The Way of Kings, was the first Brandon Sanderson I read.
I've been reading The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern.
I read The Night Circus last month, and to briefly summarize it, it's about a challenge between two magicians, and to create a stage for this challenge, the instructor of one of the magicians has this circus created that is only open at night, and it just shows up without any warning. Once Tegan has read that, I think we'll review it together, and that'll be out to you soon. Alright, so next book I am planning to reading is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I started this yesterday. I have not read any write-up about this book at all. All I know is the very first line of the book. Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well. What a first sentence. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of it goes
Gimme.
afterwards.
The final book I will be reading is The Power of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It's over 800 pages. I'm reading this for a book club type thing. I'm already behind, because I was supposed to read 10 chapters by today. I've read 2. So I'll be joining in with the book club next week. 10 chapters a week. Maybe keep you updated with a review. Don't know yet. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Just vlog it.
Yeah. Yeah, I might vlog it. I'm not... It's trying to kill me. I'm surprised it hasn't already given me paper cuts.
You going to do it? What made you want to read Priory of the Orange Tree?
The cover.
It is a very pretty cover. I mean, look at that dragon. Oh my god.
It didn't seem like my sort of thing, because I'm not into the high fantasy. But I've read... How much did I read? Well, actually, I've only read 9 pages, but so far, I love it.
That's a good start.
As it's so big, this is the last book on my TBR for July. I hope to read all of it in July.
We're not going to get any conversation, however.
What do you mean?
If you want to read all that in July, then we are not going to be talking to you. I have 2 more books here with me that I'm hoping to read in July. The first is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Finally, this book was in my Amazon basket for, 4 years? So ever since this collector's edition came out, it's been in my Amazon basket, and I only brought it this year. And I'm finally getting around to reading it, and I cannot wait. This is about a group of 6, I think. Ne'er-do-well, ragtag criminal types, who all have to team up together to do a heist. And that's as much as I know. I don't want to know any more. I've tried not to have too high expectations because I've heard great things. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. The last book I have here with me is Lost Boy by Christina Henry. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and it is kind of like the origin story of Captain Hook, which is why Tegan has my Captain Hook Pop Funko on my shoulder. Just ignore her. She's a child, obviously, but she's acting like a child.
What? I'm not acting like a child. I'm acting like a grown-up, thank you very much.
Sure.
I'm acting like a big kid.
So, I was never really into fairy tales as a child. Obviously we were told them in school, but I didn't read them myself because when I was very young I struggled reading. But I did love Peter Pan, and that's the only one I read myself, and I watched all the movies and whatever. But I also have a deep love for pirates. I did my dissertation at university on piracy. And so I am looking, if you recommend anything to me, recommend Peter Pan retellings. If they are Captain Hook centric, I will definitely read them. But I also like the sort of friends to enemies trope and hero to villain. So anything like that, Peter Pan, recommend. I will eat it up, absolutely. So, and the reason I picked this one up is obviously the fact that it was very obviously Peter Pan and Hook dominant by the cover, which is beautiful. But then I turned it around to read the back, and it says, "There is one version of my story that everyone knows, and then there is the truth. Once I loved a boy called Peter Pan. Peter lies." And that's all I'm going to read of that. And yeah, so yes, I'm really excited. And it took everything in me not to start reading it straight away yesterday when I bought it, because I'm determined to finish Royal Assassin before I get into anything else, because I absolutely love it. But I had to shelve it last month so I could get through the Ruin of Kings, which I was logging, which will be up soon. As well as these, I have got 2 audiobooks that I plan on listening to in July. The first is Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I'm already about either a third or a quarter of the way through, I can't remember off the top of my head. And I've also got out of the library the audiobook for Salt to the Sea by Ruta Septies.
I may convince Ellen to let me go on her Audible and listen to Good Omens.
Okay, thank you for watching. If you would like to see more from us, then subscribe down below. We have all our social media will be linked down in the description. Thanks for watching and for putting up with our squabbling, and we will see you next week.